Hello everybody, it's Pallor Rich here with a Vinyl Finds video. Norman Maslov just did a video, I saw it. I haven't watched it yet, I will. Love Norm. He's a cuddly guy. He just did a video, uploaded a video, new music for summer. And I'm going to do a response. I'm going to make this Vinyl Finds a response. This is bad music for bad people for summer. Now, I just did a video with Norman. It's a Dick and Norm movie reviews, whatever. Go to his channel, watch it. We're back for season 2. First record I'm going to show, though, here is The Cramps, Tales from the Cramps. Volume 2. Now, I ordered Volume 1. Had a generic picture of the cover of Volume 1. Get the package, and this is what I found. I was disappointed. I go, man, I don't want this, you know. It's pretty interesting. The songs start out from 1976 all the way to 1984. Yeah. I listen to it, you know. It's not in shrink. It's like first song, Quick Joy Small. It's a studio rehearsal. It's okay. It's not great. It's not that good. The next song is a live song, and it's not a very good. It's okay. It's not a great. It's not. But the next 1, 2, 3, 4 live songs are really good. Really good quality. So yeah, that's cool. The last 2 are more studio rehearsal type stuff. Sweet Woman Blues. That one, the music was good, but the vocals were a little bit too far back in the background, kind of muffled. But then it ended with a rumble, which is the instrumental, so the muffled vocals don't come into account. And it was a great version of the Link Ray song. So yeah, side 1 was pretty good, you know. It had 3 misses out of 8. Not bad for a bootleg, you know. But then I put on side 2 and I was blown away. The first 5 songs are from those A&M sessions. Fantastic. I have a 7-inch of that. And I don't think Sinners was part of it. But yeah, this is worth the price of admission for those first 5 songs on side 2. The A&M sessions. Most Exalted, Potent of Love, 5 Years Ahead of Our Time, which they do such a great version of that. Called The Wig Hat, a studio version of that song. Sinners and Hanky Panky. Fantastic. And the labels, I'll show the label. Pretty cool. It's a skull made out of human bodies. It doesn't say side 1 or 2. Ooh, yikes. I'm going to have to change that sleeve. You have to look at the dead wax. Well, after that, I went to the record store. And look what I found. At Going Underground Records, I found Tales from the Cramps, Volume 1. This is a very well-known bootleg. It's one of their more, I don't know, prestigious. And yeah, it's cool. This one starts with 77 up to 79. So it's a more condensed period of theirs. The first 5 songs on side 1 are recorded in a studio, 1977, and they're fantastic. It's top notch. The last song on side 1, Don't Eat Stuff Off the Sidewalk. It's one of my least favorite songs. It's recorded live and it's not a good recording. So yeah, after 5 you can pick it up. First 2 songs on side 2 are by Alex Chilton, produced by Alex Chilton. They're fantastic. And then I think the last 4 are 79 recordings in the studio. And they're not as good as the others. But yeah, I knew what I was getting with that one. And I'll show you. This is what it looks like. Got Lux interior. And again, there's no indication of side 1 and 2. And like the other one, they both have the same amount of songs. You gotta look in the dead wax. Kind of a pain in the ass. Now, I was gonna do a video today. I was tagged by Rob Walker. But I'll do that one next week because I got this in the mail. I don't know who it's from. It's from Canada, though. Oh, I forgot my drink. Greetings from Canuckville. Okay. It looks like he talks about everything that's in here. The Imploders. I know this album. I have their first album. Their first album is red. It's like a red and white illustration, kind of similar to this, but it's a giant head. It's got to be the same artist. I was going to order this, but in the summer months in Bakersfield, I don't do mail orders or order through the internet because it's just too darn hot here. I mean, it's been over 100 for weeks now. And yeah, it's just not, I just can't picture my record sitting in a mail truck that's not air conditioned. But I don't know. I guess that's what happens when they go to the store. So I don't know. Anyways, I do know this record. I've heard it on Bandcamp, and I was planning on maybe ordering it in September if it's still available. I remember the first song is, it starts out with a lot of feedback. And it's like perfect feedback for bad music, for bad people, for summer. And the first song, I believe, is an instrumental, if I remember. Kind of a short, but yeah. I do. That's fucking cool, dude. This is Sons of Ishmael. Hayseed Hardcore. Yeah, what the? You got this pumpkin head sitting on a haystack playing a banjo, is it? Yeah. I don't know if you can see that. Sons of Ishmael, 80s hardcore from a small town north of Ontario. Now, I guess when you get north of Ontario, it gets pretty rural. Oh, this is from Uncommon Pallor. I don't expect anything in return. Just spreading the good gospel. Yeah, okay, Brian. I'm going to be known as the cheapskate of the vinyl community. Yeah, this is cool, dude. This is the kind of stuff, he knows what I like. Recorded at Acoustic Studios, May 26, 1985. Sons of Ishmael. Hayseed Hardcore, the whole story. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff I like. A band no one's ever heard of. Probably their complete recordings. We got a 7-inch here. TV Freaks. Have no idea what that is. A 7-inch garage punk from Hamilton, Ontario. Oh, I know this one. Killed by Meth. Killed by Meth number 5. I know this record because the Stools have 2 songs on it. And I when I heard this was getting released, I went on Bandcamp and I was wanted to get it, but it ships from Canada. And it's ridiculous. Canada and United States are like, they border each other. But the postage from Canada is like, I would say it's as much as what this record is. It's like $20 or something. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So yeah, I'm familiar with this record. And the Stools. Breadbox and Wagon. Yeah, very cool. But I'm sure this is going to be great, dude. Yeah, this is another one I wanted to get. Man, he's hitting it out the park here. Pink Steel. Here we go again. Now, I seem to remember him talking about this band before. I could be wrong. April 25th and 6th of 1981. So yeah, this is pretty early. And then the other one's recorded November 81. So cool. Apparently there's a bunch of songs on here. 6 songs. Oh man, there's 2 vocalists. 7 people in the band, man. That's a lot, man, for a punk band. That's pretty funny. You got a keyboard player. But you got 2 vocalists, which is cool. I dig it when bands have 2 vocalists. Like the Angry Samoans, Doggy Style. And those bands, what was cool about them is they didn't just limit it to this guy sings this song and then this guy sings this one. They would, like, in the same song, feed off of each other, and, you know, both vocalists would sing. I don't know if that's what these guys do, but who knows. But thank you, Uncommon Pallor. Mike, I believe his name is. Now, I said I don't order stuff in the summer months. I did pre-order this one, and this album came the day after I did my last vinyl finds. That happens all the time. It's Evil Tree. I think the name of the album is Moon Maniac, Riding the Wings of a Skull. This is basically the dude from Sick Thoughts. I don't know his name right off the top of my head. If you want good info like that, you got to go to Ryan Kidd's channel. That's a Neon Taste, a great label. Drew Owen. Yeah, right here it says produced by Drew Owen. Yeah, he's the guy behind Sick Thoughts, which was in my top 10 records from last year. But anyways, this is, I guess, his quote-unquote death metal project. And the first song, it's Black Poison. It starts out with kind of the vocals, like, you know, but not the real ridiculous kind. The second song starts out with this guitar, kind of like a generic guitar riff, metal riff. And it does it for, I would say, a third of the song. And then it breaks into the song, and it's like an 80s punk rock song, you know. This is pretty much an 80s punk rock album. And the tree is evil. I'm not going to show the insert. Here's a picture of the label, though. It's on clear vinyl. And it's spectacularly clear. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I dig it. I don't know if I like it as much as Sick Thoughts, but I dig it. It's kind of a blend of 80s punk and new wave of shitty heavy metal. Now, these last 2... these are 2 albums I ordered last year on Superior Viaduct, or what is it? Yeah, Superior Viaduct. I ordered their first it's the X. I ordered their first 2 albums off of Superior Viaduct, and I really loved them. Kind of anarcho crust. The second one, I like the second one more than the first. This is their 3rd album. So they released their 3rd and 4th. I thought, you know what? I'm going to pick them up. No questions asked. I didn't even bother listening. And I didn't like these 2 as much. It wasn't what I expected, I think, is what it was. And I listened to them once, and I put them away, and I never listened to them again. I have never showed them in a vinyl finds. Listened to them recently, and they're pretty good, man. I dig. This album here kind of reminds me of Public Image, kind of Gang of Four. It's kind of like that post-punk sound. Now, the drums really stand out on this. It's a really good drummer, dude. I don't know, man. This guy, I don't know. The drums stood out to me on this. The songs are sucked out, chucked out, 1 through 8. Each song has the same name, but 1 and then 2. And I guess this was partially recorded in an abandoned paper mill. And I guess this picture here was taken of the workers the day they found out they're closing the plant. And that's one thing that's kind of funny. These anarcho punks, these street punks, singing about the working man, and they never worked a day in their life, you know. It's kind of ironic. And the labels are like this. This side says 1, 4, and this one says 5 through 8. Very plain labels. Now, I just remembered this when it was released in 1983. It was released in a box of 4 7-inches. In the 90s, it was released on CD, but this is the first time it's ever been released on a 12-inch format on vinyl. And it's got this book in it, and it's a relatively thick book. And I hate it when record albums, they include a book like this, and it's this thick. I'm always concerned, is the record gonna warp in there? Where do you put this thing, you know? And it's got a poster. I think it's a paper mill mishap, if I remember. The dignity of labor. Pretty cool album. I don't like it as much as the first two. So far, the second album is my favorite. Then their first, and then I would have to say that one. But when I ordered that one, I did order them both at the same time. And this is their fourth album. And again, it's more in the post-punk vein, for lack of a better word. I can hear Flowers of Romance, Public Image, especially on that other one. But they get compared to the Mekons, and I'm not familiar with the Mekons. And also they get compared to the Fall. And the Fall have like probably 40 plus records out. I don't own any. I watched some of their live concert footage on YouTube, especially from the early days, and I like it. I've listened to that Witch Falls album on the internet, online, and I like that. I would probably get it. But the only Fall albums I see around nowadays, they're all live ones, and I'm kind of iffy on it. But I was looking today, and Superior Viaduct, they have some Fall albums. I might, maybe when the summer's over, might order a few. But this album, I think this one is better than that third one. And what is the name of this thing? Didn't even say, huh? Tumult. Tumult. It's tumultuous. This is a good album. The first song, it starts out kind of slow, and it builds and it builds, and it really good. And the final song, I remember liking the way this album ended too. It's very industrial sounding. Before a lot of the famous industrial bands, you know. I think this came out in 83 maybe, or 84. But yeah, the X band from Holland, I never really knew about them until I started buying these reissues. And it's got a giant poster, but it's a poster of this, and this is probably their worst album cover I've got so far. It's kind of crappy. And that's what the labels look like. So that's it, man. Bad music for bad people for summer. Take care, everybody.